Welcome back to 6 News at 10 here on this Sunday night. Well, we've kicked out the heavy widespread rains from earlier. As a matter of fact, you can see those are shutting down right now over East Texas and western Louisiana. However, after a nice little couple-hour break where we didn't see anything at all, we are now starting to watch some redevelopment. Now, you'll notice just by looking at what's on the radar screen, it does not look like what it looked like earlier. We're expecting a little bit more scattered activity, some isolated activity over the course of the night here. You can see just a couple of clusters here from Marlin back towards Temple. As a matter of fact, here in our Temple studio, heard it fall on the roof a couple of times now. Haven't heard much in the way of lightning and thunder, though. I don't expect a whole lot of thunderstorm activity so much as I do just expect some shower activity over the course of the night. Now, while it is pretty scattered right now, we do expect it to kind of fill in a little bit through the overnight hours, but again, still not expecting those massive totals that we saw last night, this morning, and of course this afternoon as well. But with that in mind, we're all very saturated at this point. It is not going to take much for to see those flooding concerns come back into fruition. So again, just make sure as you're preparing for your morning commute tomorrow morning, you tune into Texas Today. Faith is going to have the latest for you before you head out the door, because you're probably going to want to add some extra time in the morning after we see again some overnight shower and thunderstorm activity. Let's take a look at what's left of some of these watches and warnings. We have seen a lot of the warnings kind of fall off. We're not seeing the Lampasas River being highlighted anymore. That has come well down. It's back basically where it's supposed to be from Kempner back towards western Bell County as it flows into Stillhouse Hollow Lake. Tomorrow afternoon, going to have to take a look at Stillhouse Hollow Lake, and we'll probably have that for you in the 5 and the 6 tomorrow afternoon. Do want to talk about those watches and warnings, though. The first one we're going to take a look at, and again, just a couple of other clusters of showers up near Hamilton, Crawford, and Clifton. But the first one we're going to look at here is the Leon River as it goes through Gatesville. We have a flood warning along the Leon River until Tuesday afternoon. Again, kind of ignore the number they use. This is kind of based on when it was issued and how long they expect it to go for. So kind of ignore that. Just understand Tuesday afternoon, that's when this watch or this warning is in effect till. So looking at the Leon River where it goes through Gatesville, we're not seeing the massive numbers we're seeing with some of our other rivers. In fact, you can see once it got into minor flood stage there at about 25 feet, it did start receding. And at last check about 20 minutes ago, current stage was 20 feet there. That's what we call action stage. It's not flooding, but that's where we need to make sure that we're taking those preparations just in case we do see that flooding return. And our forecast does have it kind of popping back up into minor flood stage there at about 23 feet by the time we get to tomorrow afternoon. So we'll have to watch it there. It is going down, but based on the forecast, any rain we get through the overnight hours tonight could bring that back up just a little bit. So we're going to keep an eye on that. The other two rivers that, of course, have been the major problem for us, that's the San Saba River and the Colorado River. So let's talk about this system for just a second. Remember, the San Saba River flows up through San Saba, and then think about where it empties out into. It empties into the Colorado River. So anything that happens on the San Saba River is then going to mess with kind of the flow of the Colorado River. That's why you kind of see this kind of double warning box here. So Thursday morning, that's when the San Saba River warning is set to expire. Wednesday afternoon, that's when the Colorado River warning is set to expire. But again, both of these rivers, avoid them at all costs. Of course, we talked about the evacuation orders that were issued in San Saba earlier today. You don't want to be any closer to the Colorado River either, because again, that's where all this empties out into. So taking a look at these rivers, the San Saba River, that of course has been the major problem, has kind of crested just a little bit. It's kind of holding steady at about 30 feet. And again, this is from about, I'd say about 20 minutes ago was last check here. Now, with any rain we get, anything upstream, of course, that flows into that part of the San Saba River could bring it back up by the time we get to Tuesday morning. So your forecast there is for it to crest in major flood stage by Tuesday morning. So we'll keep an eye on the San Saba River. And even if it doesn't go up at all, even if it just holds steady, it is still in moderate flood stage, and you do not want to be anywhere near that river as it is in its current state. And lastly, we're going to take a look at that Colorado River. Again, we just showed it. It is still steadily increasing at last check at about 25 feet. Again, we get into that action stage. What does that mean? It means that's where, if you are close to the river, you need to do exactly what it sounds like. Start taking action, start preparing for the possibility of flooding. And again, we are expecting this river to crest by Monday afternoon at about 31 feet. That would be a minor flood stage. Minor flood stage, you don't typically see a whole lot of damage to property and things like that, but roads near the river could be flooded out. And again, those low water crossings as well. So those are the three rivers, the Leon, the San Saba, and the Colorado, that we are most concerned with right now. And whatever rain we see overnight, if it falls in our western counties at all, and it doesn't look like it's really going to be too far west, but if it does, we could see those problems kind of continue through the night tonight into tomorrow. Here's what your forecast looks like. Again, we're seeing some activity out there right now. We do expect it to continue through the overnight hours into tomorrow morning. So here we are at 4:30. And then here we are during your morning commute about 7, 8 o'clock, still seeing some of those scattered showers on radar. So with that in mind, just again, make sure you're adding that extra time to that commute and you're tuning into Texas Today for Faith's forecast. By the afternoon, we get the heat of the day back in place, and guess what happens? We get more scattered shower thunderstorm chances as we head through the afternoon into the evening, really into tomorrow night as well. So again, any extra rain at this point, which we're seeing again, those scattered showers for tomorrow, could lead to some problems. So we'll have to keep an eye on the flooding concerns for your Monday as well. Otherwise, we'll wake up right there in the lower 70s, topping out tomorrow right around 90 degrees again. So again, well below the average for this time of the year because of the cloud cover, because of the rain. And then after that, we are going to start taking those rain chances out of the forecast. We're going to be drier. We're also going to be warmer as we head through the rest of the week and into next weekend. So we just got to get through tomorrow, and then we got some relief on the way, it looks like. And again, if you want to catch your forecast anytime that you need it, you can download our 6 Plus app. It's free. It's on your smart TV.